is called The Wild, and the play is about, it's about our ensemble, or a group of people, and their search for a connection or dialogue with Dionysus, or connection with the god. So this ensemble, or this group of people on this island looks for ways to call him forth.
Dionysus was the god who in some ways represented excess, or who called him forth by drinking a lot or having a lot of fun. And there's something of that ecstasy, and also ecstasy that could turn into frenzy or turn into something that's more violent.
Our play is Rewilding Genius. It was actually a show that the University of Chicago hired the new colony to be artists in residence, and they wanted us to create a show that would speak to the students of the school. So we naturally gravitated towards hackers and computer nerds. We decided to set the show in Uptown. It's got cheap rent, there's old architecture. Also, it kind of feels ignored by the city of Chicago, so it felt like if the characters need to have an off-the-grid hiding place, it seemed like something like Uptown would A, have the right kind of building to live in, and B, the cops weren't going to bother you.
My name is Angela Elise, and I am the artistic director of Prologue Theater Company. I am also playing Gladys in Saturday Night, Sunday Morning. You will not know who you are until you know your past. You have to know your past to get to your future.
It's the type of script that if you're not specific, and if you don't know what you're trying to say or what you're doing, it can be misconstrued. It spoke to me for many reasons. One, that it had to do with African American women and about a point in their lives that we don't really get to talk about in our history, in American history. We don't have that many, I think, mediums or actually scripts that talk about African American women in World War II.
The material starts with the actor. And one of our goals, or one of our drives in the company, is to have the actor engage with his full self. So our training begins with echo, or begins with tumbling and physical training that's rigorous.
The collage aspect is really everyone bringing things together, and then looking for the group action is looking for connections between those things.
Something I think we've gotten better at every show is knowing how to share everybody's voice and vision of the show. So I'm not going to fight it as the playwright, I'm going to hear it and see if I can use it to make the show better.
Of every pharmaceutical giant onto the hard drives of every single computer in the world.
Yeah, don't be hyperbolic. Just computers and consoles running applications with automatic update functions.
Let's rewind it. But, great work. The actors are almost all in some way having to be bilingual, because none of them have a mastery over the language of computer technology, but they're all having to learn it so that they can act like that. A lot of people don't know what hackers are like. They don't know their lives. They don't know what goes on. One of the things that's so fascinating is the stakes of their lives are so high, and they're putting themselves at such incredible risk to ultimately benefit other people and not themselves, or sometimes just to screw with people.
It has some poetry to it. Bobby must sound like the Shakespeare of the sea. It sounds too color.
It's about the community, and it's about what's happening in other rooms. I love this play because you do get race, sexuality, faith, love, all in this one play.
The tradition that we were calling from is laboratory theater training, but in that it's research. It's research and exploring, and it's the scientific method, and it's like all of these sort of testing. You're testing constantly.
It becomes very much a thriller by the conclusion of the play.